Good morning, drummers! My name is Jared O'Leary, and I'm going to be practicing the tenors this morning. I'm specifically going to be working out of this book. It's called Quad Logic. It's by Bill Bachman. It's a fantastic book. Highly recommend it. In fact, you can actually get a copy of the book if you go to Gear I Use. I believe I have it under books. I don't. I have this other one. Okay, so I'm going to have to add it there at the end of the stream, so stay tuned for that. It will be there by the end of today, which is Friday, the 17th, 2023. All right, we're going to be working on that book, so that way I can improve my general tenor technique and just moving around the drums. So I'm going to be working on page 27, specifically on the Z, reverse Z pattern, and a crossover pattern, as long as I can get to it. But before I get to that, I'm actually going to start off by warming up, and I'm going to warm up with some of the free play-alongs that are found here on my website. So it's jaredoleary.com/drum. And we are going to go into a chop exercise, or rather a grid variation. And last time, I believe it was last time, I did Flam 5 variation. I'm going to do Flam drag. And we are going to do Flam drags on accents, but we're going to do 1, 2, 4 variations. So this is kind of flipping the accent pattern around a wee bit. And yeah, this one. It's a fun one. All right, so we're going to start at 100. Now, on all the play-alongs on my website, if you just go and scroll down, show more, you can jump to a BPM right here. And then we'll make this big screen. Whoops. Make sure the volume's up. All right, we're good to go. Maybe not. Volume wasn't up there. All right, let's try that again. Now we can hear it. Blurry. Not blurry. Let's speed her up. We'll go up by 5s. Yeah, let's do that. Be a good warm-up. Just need to get the blood flowing. Then we're going to stretch and massage. And then we'll play through it faster than we should. And then I'll actually work on the tenors. Okay, now we're going to do 110. Minnie just ran out of the room, I think looking for my wife. But Minnie's deaf. She can't hear where my wife went. Whoops. Okay. Let's see. I think 120, and then I'll do a little stretch and massage routine. I think that's a good plan. Won't know till we try. And then we're going to stretch massage. And then we're going to go up to, I don't know, maybe 135? This can be quick. Who knows? Stay tuned. We'll find out. By the way, Twitch, thanks for following me on Twitch. I am multi-stream on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Looks like that follow was from 7 hours ago. Wasn't even streaming. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna stretch massage. And we're here. So we hold our sticks like this. This is a weird one, I know. You pull in, and you're back in underhand grip, but holding it. Weird. Extra weird. It's a good stretch, though. Oh, yeah. Ooh-wee. And we just go back out the way we came. If you're doing traditional, which would be kind of a goofy thing to do on tenors, hold it there and then hold it there. I'm not doing that. All right, now we're going to stretch, ooh, yeah, the underside right here. I'm going to do both at the same time. Don't put all your weight into this. This is a good stretch. I like it. I need it today. I didn't get a jump on a stream yesterday because we didn't set our alarms. We're like, all right, well, if we sleep in, we sleep in. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, no, I got to go to an appointment. I can't stream. So I had to leave. Now I'm going to stretch this way, so you can do one at a time. I'm going to do it this way. But I'm glad to be back on the drums. I don't like taking days off from drumming, but I mean, the last 2 days I didn't drum. Now we're going to stretch thumb to thumb. So I've talked to a lot of other musicians, and especially percussionists, who talk about how they don't like performing, but they like practicing. And that's something that really resonates with me. I always really enjoyed practicing, like that grind. But the performance side of things was nerve-wracking at times, or just not like the thing that I enjoyed the most. It wasn't very calming. But what's been interesting about like doing these live streams where I am just practicing and kind of like talking through like how I'm trying to improve and whatnot, it's kind of combined the two in an interesting way where like I enjoy so-called performing now, and it's while I'm also practicing. So this has been a very unique journey since I started doing this a little over a year ago. It's fun. I dig it. Recommend it for anyone who's interested in kind of sharing their journey through just continuing to practice. Just because I've been playing for 20 years doesn't mean I've got nothing to work on. My dog is being a goofball. She's distracting. I love her. All right, we're going to massage right here. You got your squirrel? What a goober. All right, now we're going to massage the other way. She's like a puppy in the morning. She's got to be like 13 plus years. At least 12. She acts like a puppy. Especially in the morning. All right. Now that we've kind of loosened that up, we're going to massage the back side of the hands and massage the palm. Let's try and keep things nice and loose. Realizing that I was kind of slouching a little bit. Now I'm going to do base to tip of the finger at least 2 times. Depends on how the finger's doing, sometimes more. Every day is going to be a little different with your stretch and massage routine, but I highly recommend doing it daily. You'll see me do it on every single stream. There's a reason for that. Ooh, right here is a good spot. Yeah. And you can watch these streams on my website. It just links to it on the drum page /drum. And I've got all my live streams up there. So if you want to see how I've practiced and like what's gotten better and what has not, you can see it there. And then I take all of these live streams and I turn them into little clips so that way I can share, like, here's an educational moment or something that I think might encourage you to, like, oh, I want to try that play along. That looks like fun. Kind of share that on social media. Encourage people to find all the free stuff on my site. Let's go up by 5 again. We're going to go to 125. We scroll down. We clicky. Ew. It's the 4 pattern that's the hardest part. It's just a lot on one hand. It's fun, though. I think 130 might be my breaking point. We're about to find out, folks. Let's try it. Okay, let's try 131. Oh! We're going to try that again, folks. Want to be able to get a clean run of it. These are heavy sticks, so the Hardeman hammers, and they're double taped, so they're like around 44% heavier than my normal like performance sticks that are double taped. So they are quite the chop burners. And yeah, it's a bit too fast. All right, we're gonna go back here. And we are going to do tenor stuff, so let me put this away. Hi, Manny. And we're gonna pull out my tenor sticks. These are way lighter and a little shorter. Okay, these are the Hardeman tenor sticks. You can find a link to all the gear that I use, like all the sticks here. And again, I will add in Quad Logic later on because for some reason I didn't have it on there. My bad. I'll fix that. Okay, so we are gonna, speaking of, use Quad Logic. And on page 27, we've got a pattern. I'm gonna not show you the page just because of like copyright and all that fun stuff. I do, again, highly recommend you get this book. It's a great book. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, and then on the left hand, we've got, I'm assuming the same thing. Oh, I just read the reverse pattern. All right, let's try number 10, not number 11. Reading the wrong one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is the opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. And then on the left, it should be the same idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay. Now, I have been showing you on my website a slow, fast, slow variation. And I was doing it like 70 to 75-ish. But I'm going to try it today with fast, slow, fast. And so this one is the opposite of what I was demonstrating in the last stream. So this one starts fast, it goes slow, and then it goes back fast again. So we're going to start this at 70. I got to remember the pattern. There we go, I think. Oops. It's weird, like, let me go back. I'm gonna check this again. It's weird. I'm screwing up something, I think. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so the hand should be out of the way. Yeah, so what's screwing me up is like on this pattern. So the hand's resting right here, the left hand. So you start here, and it's still resting here, but my first drum is actually over here. And then this one goes from resting on one, and then it actually plays on two. So that's where I was screwing up. My bad. All right, let's do this again. I can't speak. Make sure the volume's up. 2. Here we go. Okay, so it's going one click slower every measure. Whoops. Screwed up the pattern there. And there. So this one is great for slowing things down and refining the technique. Morning, Ghost. How you doing? Yesterday I edited those games that we played, those 3 games. So hopefully that should be coming out next week. I got another Fortnite video that's coming out today at top of the hour. Oops. Got some good clips out of those games. They're funny moments. Oops. I'm focusing on my technique right now and my drum placements, where I'm hitting. It's not ideal. It's rushing slightly. I'm a little too far forward, just like I was a couple days ago. Forget how many days ago that was. Okay, so now it's going to stay at 4D for 4 measures, and then it goes back up 1 click at a time, all the way back up to the starting speed, which was 70. Yeah, the golden turkey, that was funny. Wrong pattern. I keep wanting to start on drum 1 with the right hand, which is the hand that is resting on, but I'm not supposed to do that. Like that. Screwed that one up too. Good morning, boss. How you doing this morning? Glad to hear you're doing well. That's all we can ask for. Much to be grateful for in life. Okay, so we're almost at 70, and that'll be the stopping point. And then we're going to do the reverse Z pattern, which I mistakenly read earlier here. I try and practice each day, but the last 2 days slept in because I needed it. And then I was like, oh wait, I don't have time. Whoops, we're out of time, speaking of. Had to take the car in to get oil change. Had an appointment. I was like, oh, I woke up. I gotta go. But usually I like to practice about an hour a day just so I can try and improve. Why? That's just enough time to be able to sit and like refine something and focus on improving something, while also like making it so that my brain doesn't get too drained focusing on it. So like when I used to practice, like during my undergrad in particular, I was on a performance scholarship. And so for that, I felt like I had to practice all day. And so I practiced several hours a day, and it had diminishing returns. So there's some research that shows that like usually 2 to 3 hours worth of practice after that, and it's just like, it's kind of like you're working on your mental endurance more than anything. So you can actually get to injuries, which I did have happen to me. So about an hour a day or so. And then that gives me enough time to still have improvement while also making so my brain is focused enough that I can do all the rest of the stuff that I do throughout the day, like video edits, podcasts, stuff like that. Okay, we're now going to do the reverse Z pattern. No, I don't have a lurk thing on Twitch for commands. I don't think I do. Let's go reverse pattern. So this one is 3 Spock, 1, 2, 1 Spock, 3 Spock. So, and then the left hand is, again, I would show you this, but not showing the book just because of copyright issues, just in case. We're going to go 4 Spock, 2, 1, 2 Spock, 4 Spock. Okay. So we have Nope. Okay. That is interesting. Now we're going to go back. You're very welcome. Happy to talk about practicing and all that fun stuff. Practicing is one of those things that like it just pays off in so many different ways. So like learning how to play an instrument, like figuring out the grind for like how to refine little things helped me to figure out how to refine how I learn other things. Like the last several years I've been teaching computer science stuff. And so like how to program this helped me out with learning how to program and like fine tuning it so that way I can get better at it, learning different languages and all that fun stuff. We're now, instead of doing fast, slow, fast, I'm actually going to slow this one down and we're going to flip it so it goes the opposite direction. So we'll start slow, we'll get up to whatever our maximum speed is, and then we'll go back down to our starting tempo, which in this case is going to be 40. And if we go to show more and into descriptions, we're going to go up to, I think I can do 80. Stay tuned, folks. We'll find out. So slow. Here we go. Hi, Minnie. I want to make sure that I don't play the other pattern that I was just doing. It's the problem with doing one thing for a few minutes straight and then doing something that's similar. Yeah, how is your day going? Oops. Wrong direction on the Z. So again, I want to make sure that I'm not, changing the angle of my wrist while I'm doing this. I want to have a nice full legato stroke. So a big note, nice and fluid. Rather than making it robotic, we want to make it almost like dance-like. Oops. Oh, I keep screwing up the pattern. On the left hand in particular. The lower pitch screwed me up. I was like, wait, what? 2. Here we go. He might just be lurking, Ghost. I don't know how entertaining these drum streams are to non-percussionists. Especially when I'm just grinding out one thing for several minutes straight. Oops. Keep screwing up that left-hand pattern. So as you're noticing, my left bicep in particular was tightening up while I was doing this. Well, I'm glad you like them. Maybe it'll inspire you to play an instrument as well, if you're not doing that already. Or somebody else. One of the many reasons why I share drumming, gaming, and computer science education stuff all on the same channel is because it might make somebody go, oh wow, I didn't know Jared did that too. Let me check it out. And then they'll go, oh, cool. That looks like fun. I want to do that too. By the way, Ghost. Oops. Oh, nice. One of the nice things about working from home is you don't have to drive to work. But it's also a downside because you're always at work. I will be doing Deathloop after this, but Sunday morning will be my next Fortnite stream. That'll be fun. Nice. I very poorly understand Spanish. I took it in school, but I didn't study as much as I should have. But I'm learning Japanese. So, very slowly learning it. I have a kanji on my neck. This little charm right here, and it's a giant tattoo that I've got on my side. And it's called Do or Michi. It means like path or way. So like the way of tea or like the way of drumming or things like that. And so my way is I'm trying to learn how to speak Japanese. It's one of the many things I'm trying to do. It's my reminder to finish my dissertation. And so I really wanted the tattoo, but then I was like, I'm not going to get it until I finish and graduate. And then I got that. And then I also got this one around the same time, the Calvin one. Sweet. We just graduated. Yay. Hi, Minnie. You want to say hi? Yeah. She just wants to go on a walk. Okay, we're going to do crossover pattern. Let's see. So this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the left, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we finally get to a point where the hand that's staying still, we're going to actually cross over it like that. Okay, so that's the plan. What motivates me to pursue all these hobbies and talents? Okay, well, let's start with drumming. So drumming, I was in my parents' van in the backseat of the car. We were going to turn onto the US 60. We were going northbound, and we were on Mill Avenue. I vividly remember this, and I don't know why. We were listening to a Blink-182 album with Travis Barker playing on it. And I just offhandedly told my mom, I think I'd like to learn how to play the drums. And she's like, oh yeah, why is that? And it's like, because when I listen to this album, I hear the drums better than I hear the vocals. And so I was like, that's kind of always how I've been. I'm really bad with lyrics because I listen to the drums more than the lyrics. And so she signed me up for drum lessons, and I was just kind of okay at it. It was fun, but I had an experience in high school. So this was 8th grade. And then a year later in high school, I was like really bad. So I was like supposed to just keep time. So just like with the beat, do that. And I was told to watch the drum major and hit with their ictus, with their conducting, like when it got to the downbeat. And so I would watch them, and I was trying to be so precise with them with it that like every time I would hit, it would be right when they did the ictus, but it would throw them off, and then that would throw me off. And then so we just like spiraled into nothing. And so I had somebody yell at me and say that I was like terrible and like was really bad at it. And that to me was like fuel that turned into a fire that motivated me to, I'm going to like get really serious about this and see how good I can get with it. So that never happens again. And so when I was practicing previously, I maybe did like, I don't know, 30 minutes a week or something like that. But after that moment, I started practicing like several hours a day. And then that grind led to the next year being like the section leader, and then eventually center snare, and then eventually I taught there, and then eventually I got a scholarship for college, etc. Like it all kind of like just progressed because of that negative experience and wanting to see just how good I could get with it. But when I was finishing my doctorate, I audited a class that was called Electronic Studio 2. And this one, when I took it, I expected it to be like learning more about mixers and like sound synthesis and things like that. But what ended up happening is we worked on this graphical programming language called MaxMSP. And in MaxMSP, you use that to basically write music apps. So like I programmed a metronome like in the first week, like just so it just like keep time and be able to change the meter, things like that. When I was taking that class and I created all these like fun apps for myself, like I had an office in the School of Music that was, it was like right next to it was a choral professor. And so he'd be banging away on the piano while somebody would be singing. And so it was really loud. So I made an app that made it so that I could listen on my headphones and it would sound like a random forest. So it would sound like you're walking through it with birds randomly flying overhead, crickets, and like maybe a river or two going by, and it kind of like fade in and fade out. It was really cool. So it was very relaxing. And while I was making all that stuff, I kept going, when is this music, when is this coding, and when are the two inseparable? And so because I had that question, when I finished my residency, I went back into the classroom and got a job as a technology teacher and happened to teach art-based coding. And so that question kind of made me spiral into, well, how do I learn more about programming or computer science, and how to get better at teaching it? So even though I had like a full career as like a band director, like general music teacher, percussion instructor, etc., I shifted over into computer science education. What was that? 2014, something like that. And have been doing that ever since, like in kind of both in parallel. So honestly, it's been my curiosity. It's just kind of like exploring things that I'm interested in, and then trying to take like negative moments and use them to learn from them, which is like the theme of my tattoo on my arm right here. So it's Calvin, and it starts to rain, notices the rain, and so then he starts playing in the rain. It's a little hard to see because the camera's getting a little blurry, but that's the umbrella upside down, and so he's playing in it. So just basically trying to make the most out of positive and negative experiences while exploring like things I'm interested in. So probably a long-winded answer for what you wanted, but that's the honest truth to it. So I find it fun, and I try and find a way to make a career off of it, and that's been cool. So like when I was teaching in the classroom, made a career off music and drumming and all that. And then I did it with computer science, and then I did a nonprofit thing for almost 6 years, making resources for teachers and students and whatnot. Yeah. All right, let's try this. We're going to attempt to do this. What do I think causes some people to spiral downward and others like myself to use it as fuel? Oops. That's a good question. Let me think about that. I don't want to just give like a cheesy answer. Just gotta work hard, ignore everyone. Because it's not easy to do that. Like, I get a lot of hate comments on YouTube. Quite a bit, actually. And that can be detrimental for some people. It's more annoying for me, but because like I have like a full career and whatnot, and like have accomplished plenty in life, like if somebody's like, you are not good at drumming, I'm like, okay. Maybe not at that thing that you watched, you're right. And I'm still a highly accomplished musician. Oops. I totally screwed up. It's funny, right when I say I'm screwing up. And I think part of it is just like wanting to see just how good I can get. So I'm a big fan of the idea of incremental improvements each day. So like if I can get 1% better each day, or even 0.5% better each day, where will I end up? And with like life being kind of out of my control in terms of, I don't know how long I'm going to be on this planet, hopefully a very long time, I might as well try and make the most of it and see how I can explore the things that I'm interested in. But I've had many instances in life where I've had negatives. Like, in 2005, I got into a car accident. Somebody else ran a red light, and I ran into them while I was driving home from a drumline rehearsal. And that made it so I could not march my last 2 years of drumline that I was planning on doing. And I was planning on doing like the world championship drumline competition and compete as a soloist. But I was not able to do that because of the car accident. It hit my knee on the dashboard, and I could not march. So I had to shift over into teaching as the primary thing that I focus on. This is too fast for me, so I'm going to wait till it gets to 80. So I was focusing on performance, and I switched over to education so that way I could help other people, because I realized at any point you can get an injury, and then suddenly you can't play anymore. And so, again, just trying to take the most of, or make the most out of what I had available to me, and not use it to be upset that I didn't get to do what I had planned, which it was upsetting, because like drumline was basically everything that I did. It was my life. But I quickly realized that I could help others even if I couldn't pursue my own goals. And so that's what I focused on. So the reason why I actually became a teacher was because when I was in high school and during my undergrad, I was very depressed and suicidal at the time. There was just like too much going on in the world at the time for me. I was very stressed out about it. Didn't feel like I could have a positive impact on the world, out of my control, etc. But the thing that kept me going was drumming. And so I decided to become a teacher because I realized, wait, this is something that has profoundly impacted my life for the positive. So I want to be able to help others with that. And so I went into music education for all my degrees to do that. And then obviously shifted over into computer science education to try and just like expand how I was helping people. So again, just like trying to take negatives, roll with it, turn them into positives if possible, learn from them. Life is hard, but what we can do is try and help other people, even though it's difficult. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. I'm not wearing green, but I'm drinking green tea. Does that count? Woo. Well, 80 and above was way too fast for this particular pattern. It didn't help that I was talking, and not just like casual talking. It was like trying to actually provide a thought-out answer. But it's hard to do that when doing drumming. Oh yeah, you know, it stopped. Pay attention, Jared. Okay, let's see. 15 or so minutes. Let's look at the next page, actually. So we're back in Quad Logic. So that was page 27. That was number 10, 11, and 12. Now let's take a look at this. This is called rock pattern. The rock pattern, eh? All right. Let's see. Yeah. That stick hangs out there. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then this hangs out here. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Yep. Hit the stick. That's the way to do it. Make it a bigger screen so you can see it. Okay. This hand hanging out here. Perfect. Yep. You're supposed to hit your stick. Don't do that. Here's why it's called the rock pattern, by the way. So if you would play this on like actual drums and not on a pad, we'd have like boom, scats, scats, boom, scats, scats. So it sounds kind of like a rock pattern when you play on actual drums, but I'm not doing that. Okay, this one, let's do 75. I think that one will be fine. Stay tuned. So we'll do this for a few minutes, and then I'm going to chop out 3 people watching. Nice. I actually don't have my view count up. I just focus on just practicing, having fun, and chatting with anyone who wants to chat. Not worrying about the numbers. Kind of like the number of crown wins. It's just a number. Okay, so this one, we're gonna go up to 80. This one feels easier for some reason. It's like smaller motions. $3 billion people. One day, we'll have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and then eventually millions of subs on YouTube. It's going to take a while, though. As with anything in life. I agree, the golden turkeys were a lot of fun. I did those video edits yesterday. That video should be coming out later next week. Got some fun clips from that. Got a Fortnite video coming out here in 10 minutes, I think. And that's actually with Neuro and Neuro's kid and Neuro's dad from some games we did like a week ago. I think it should schedule the release here in like 10 minutes. So that'll be fun. By the way, Ghost, the game that I'm playing today, Deathloop, is M. So it's not like Fortnite, which is T. So this game, first time I played it was Monday, and it definitely swears a lot. Although I don't swear, the games I play sometimes do. So might not want to watch that stream. Whoops! I screwed up trying to read. Dr. Brain is actually watching on Twitch right now, or at least lurking in it. But he's at work, being a professor and all that fun stuff. Doing surgery on mice. Or it's rats, right? Not mice. Yeah, no problem. All of the titles will have the ESRB rating in it, so you can see whether it's appropriate or not. I will never swear, and I'll always be family friendly, but the games I play, not so much all the time. Ah! So just use that as a guide, figure out whether or not you want to watch it. When I do the highlights, I do edit out the swearing from the games. But like the zombie game that Neuro and I were playing, still has like zombies in it. Even though I get rid of the swearing. I replace it with the oof sound from Roblox, and it makes me laugh. Woo! I swear that I don't swear. Paradox there. I like this pattern. It's a fun one to play through. It sounds even better on actual drums. It's just like a rock beat. I'm a little fast on here. There we go. Got to lock in with that metronome. A little fast still on the left. Whoops. Play the wrong pattern. I'm fired. Unsub. New shoes? What kind of shoes? I wear Converses the most. Little flat tops or flat bottoms. Low tops. I got married in Converses. Got married on Halloween 7.5 years ago. Ah! This time, I'm gonna remember to stop after 40. Pumas, nice. Don't scuff them. All right. Just a little behind the back for fun. Let's do a chop out. So at the end of these streams, I've just kind of practiced, gotten a little bit better with moving around the drums, a little bit. We're now going to chop out. So I'm going to intentionally play faster than I should for funsies. It helps push my hands and my brains to go a little bit faster. I save this for the end of my streams, so that way, if I get too tired from it, like physically, mentally, etc., it's not going to just completely wear me down. Also, it makes it just so that, like, have fun. So, like, if you just sit here and grind for, like, 45 minutes straight, like, doing something that's tedious, like playing at 40 the entire time or something like that, that can get really boring. And so if you walk away from that practice session, you're like, oh, that was boring. But if the last thing you do is something fun, then it makes it so that you walk away from it going, oh, that was cool, I want to practice again, and you're more likely to practice the following day. That's funny. I could actually add that in. I do have a soundboard that I use when I do the streams and whatnot, so I could add in the... Got it at Jared. Let's see. Minnie just like randomly came underneath the drum pad. Bye, Minnie. Let's do 100, and we're going to go up by fives with this one. This is my favorite shopping spree, which I know is a weird term. I promise that's the term. 1, 2, here we go. Too fast. We're going to go to 105. And my breaking point's probably going to be 130 today. Thank you. It's about to get quicker. A whole lot quicker. At least 5 clicks at a time, clicker. Quicker, not clicker. Thank you. Okay. Now 110. I crushed one of the cheeses, one of the low chut cheeses. Maybe I'll work on that. Like a cheese before accent grid. I could do that on Sunday. That might be good. Mm-hmm. 115. So far, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. I could totally program in a drum roll, or at least add it into the highlight reel. That'd be funny. The clips I made from the other night, they're funny. Some good games. We got what, like 35 on one of them? That was a lot. It's more than a third of the lobby. Oh no! I screwed up. Oh no. How could I? Tea break. It's like a green tea with like some lemon in it. It's good. Out of 10. Would drink again. Let's go to 120. It's getting quick. And my arms are like, I don't know if we can play faster. Especially with these heavy sticks. Yeah, like if I were to play this with like these lighter sticks, normal. Oh wow, these feel so different. They're like twigs. All right. 125. 130 is definitely going to be the breaking point. And we find the breaking point. It gives you some data for what you could work on for next time. So whenever working on this stuff really, really fast, like faster than you should play, then it shows where you break down. And then you can go, oh, I need to work on that. Whatever that is. That was just a brain fart. Excuse me. My brain is gassy, I guess. It happens. Okay. I'm going to lower the heights just a little bit. Makes it a little easier to play fast. Perfect. No mistakes were made. Nope, wasn't a mistake. That was the alternative ending. All right, if anyone's interested, on my website, jaredoleary.com/drum, there's over 1,300 hours of free drumming content. So I was focusing on a lot of the stuff up here. These are just chop exercises. If you want to work on drum kit stuff, there's a bunch of permutations, there's a bunch of charts. There's over 500 grid variations. I just added quite a few more variations of 16th note. And then there's all the live streams that I've done, including the one that's going on right now, Stream Inception. And there are a bunch of technique exercises and whatnot that you can check out, and bass drum stuff. So if anyone is interested in it, check it out there. If you're interested in the gaming content, that's also neatly organized in the playlist on my YouTube or on my website. And if you go here, again, it has the ESRB rating for each one of these games, so you can figure out whether or not it is appropriate for you to watch it. So, like, this one's actually interesting. There's no, like, swearing or anything. It's just, like, more morbid. But when you click on it, it shows you, oh, yeah, this is ESRB-M, so maybe appropriate, maybe not appropriate. That's up to you. But anyways, thank you, everybody who stopped by. I'm going to tear this setup down, and I'm going to get ready for some Deathloop, which it's been a fun game. I only played one time through it, or one morning of it. So I'll do a couple more hours of that, and then I got to do a bunch of video editing and stuff. But thank you, everyone, again. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you later. Oh, and if you want to see when I'm streaming next and what I'm doing, if you go here, when is my next stream, it shows you there. Just click on it, and it shows you how to join on each of the 3 platforms that I'm on when I'm streaming. But cool. I'm going to call it. I'll catch you all another day.